Hello, everyone. Uh, Today is exciting day. You were very close for the election, and today I have a special guest who is a political analyst, well known in Oakland County and the state of Michigan. He has been in different political battles. His name is Troy Coffin. How you doing, Troy?
Doing great, Jose. Thanks for having me on the show.
Always happy to have you here. And Troy, we're close to the election, and a lot of people have wondering who is gonna win the election. And the first question for you: who do you think is going to win the election, the presidential election?
Well, I think Donald Trump's going to win, but you got to break it down state by state. So I'm just speaking on my gut feeling, but I do believe that since President Trump was nearly assassinated in Pennsylvania, that he will tend to overperform in the state of Pennsylvania because people feel a personal connection due to that, the world changing event. Whenever a world changing event happens in your own territory, you kind of feel differently about it. And so I think he'll overperform in Pennsylvania. I do think he will win Wisconsin and Nevada, Arizona, Georgia. I say he wins all of those. The one that I'm really curious about is Michigan. I think Michigan's a coin toss. It could go either way. I think he could lose Michigan and still win the presidency just fine, though. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here in Michigan because I say Slatkin will probably win the Senate race by 1%. Though I would, I'm voting for Mike Rogers and I support Mike Rogers. I think Slatkin's going to win that race by about 1%, maybe two.
Okay, I see. Yeah, but let's go for Michigan. Who do you think is going to win Michigan exactly, and why?
So Michigan's a very tricky state to gauge, and it's a very competitive state. It's one of the most competitive states in the country, and it's also a state that flips back and forth every couple cycles. So I think it's tricky to say. I think Slatkin does a lot of, or she does a really good job pretending to be bipartial, and especially in areas up north. And like I saw a few in Caseville, even, and Cadillac and Traverse City, and a lot of the areas up north, which are very traditionally red. She puts her own sign next to Trump signs and tries to spin it as if she's, people know she's a Democrat 'cause she's got a D in front of her name, but she pretends that she's more moderate and that she sides with Trump on certain things.
Okay,
So she plays
so
it off really well.
okay, so you're saying Slotkin could pull it off and win Michigan, according to you, but Donald Trump will win Michigan as well.
I could see a scenario where both Donald Trump and Salah can win Michigan. And I actually, my gut tells me that if Trump wins all the other swing states, which I do believe he will, I do think he could pull off Michigan, but it's going to be one of those nail biters like 50 to 49. It's going to be very close. So I think it's a coin toss, but I do think it's very possible that Trump and Salah can both win Michigan.
Okay, so a lot of Republicans in see this show today. Troy have a good feeling, and I trust his feeling and his thought. But I believe that now that you're watching, it's good time to let a lot of friends know. Please vote Republican and make sure you vote straight ticket or vote individual, whatever you feel comfortable. But we need your support because we need to win as much seats. Because if President Trump most likely is going to win, we need more Republican support in the Congress, and we need Mike Rogers there. So hopefully, a lot of people is aware that we need the support. So now you're saying we may win Michigan, Trump win Michigan. What about the other states? Like you're talking about Pennsylvania. So you think Pennsylvania is going to go for Trump too?
I do. I do
And
think
those two
Pennsylvania.
will be enough to carry the election, or we need Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia? What do you think about these other three states?
Look, it's all hands on deck. We need to win everything.
Okay.
Kamala, Biden's done such a bad job these 4 years. Kamala is a continuation of Joe Biden. The focus should just be set on sweeping them all. We shouldn't. It's going to be all hands on deck. We need the 270 number. I do think we're going to get it, but we need to just keep fighting. And you know, part of campaigning in the home stretch here is telling people that you are going to win, that you are a front runner. You know, you always want to make people think that you're going to win, or else people will be less inclined to go and vote. So at this point in time, we got to tell everyone that we're going to win, and we got to believe that we're going to win. If we believe that we'll win, we probably will.
I
But
see.
it's going to be a fight, though. We can't let off the gas. These next few days are critical in terms of getting people out, get your friends out, get your family out, have some hard conversations, have some difficult conversations with people that you wouldn't normally talk politics with. It's going to be all hands on deck, but I think we can do it. I think we will do it if it's done right.
Now, some people are bringing the state of Nevada. I don't recall Trump winning Nevada. Did Trump win Nevada in 2016? Do you remember that?
I know the U.S. Senate candidate lost in 2022. 2016, I don't recall off the top of my head. Sorry, no, not
Yeah.
sure.
So, because I see in the media, they believe Nevada is going to go for Trump. Now, Arizona was a big surprise for me in 2020 because it's a red state and became a swing state in 2020. And Kerry Lake lost at the time. A lot of people has been lost in Arizona. We lost the 2 Senate seats. We lost the governorship, far as I remember, far as I know. So why we losing Arizona? Hopefully, I mean, this election, you think is going to be the election where we starting getting back Arizona back to be a red state, or you think it's going to be very close and it may go to Democrat this time? What do you think about Arizona?
It's tricky to tell because one of the key issues there is obviously illegal immigration, and depends on how or the way they campaign. If Carrie Lake continues to hit at immigration and make that the key focus of her race, I think she's got a great shot to win. But she needs to stick to the issues that people are focused on. And you know, like I said before, 40% of people are going to vote Republican no matter what. 40% of people are going to vote Democrat no matter what. You got to hone in on those key issues that win over those independent voters. And I think she's got a work cut out for her, but I think she can do it. I think she can win it because I think Trump's going to win that state. In terms of name ID, she's got a lot more name recognition now, so I think she's in a good spot. She just needs to. She can't let off the gas. She's got to fight till election day, and she's really got to chase those early votes. Early votes is critical this election period. Not as many people will be voting early because it's 2020 because it's not a COVID year, of course, but you still got to get Republicans to vote early. You still got to do everything you can. That's my take on that.
Now go back to Michigan. Now you touch Arizona. If Kerry Lake and Mike Rogers win, that will be great. Now, Mike Rogers' campaign is doing really good. I think he won the debate. I think he's going everywhere. He's working hard. I see Mike Rogers everywhere. And, you know, he have a good message for business people. He's supporting Trump. I think he have a chance to pull it off in the last minute. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, I know Slocking is playing the card that she's in the middle of the road, but I mean, Mike Royer have name ID. Mike Royer has been he has been the U.S. congressman for a long time for Oakland County and Livingston County, I think, and he raised the money, which is important. So I think he have a competitive campaign. Do you think that he still lose, or you think he can pull it off in the last minute?
well, he's surging at the right time, without a doubt. I see a lot more ads popping up on TV for him. I'm seeing more Mike Rogers yard signs. He is surging at the right time. The problem for me, like I said, is name recognition. And there was a time when he was he was popular in his district as a congressman, but it's been a while since he was in office. And you know, Salakian, because of the redistrict, she's been in Oakland County, she's been in Livingston County, she's been in Ingham County. She's been in 2 different congressional districts, a lot more recently than Mike Rogers. So she has the name ID at the moment. So it's tricky to say if he's got a shot. I think he could pull it off. It wouldn't totally shock me if he won. I'd be very happy if he won. Don't get me wrong. I want him to win. But I just don't know that he has the support in South. I don't know that. I think Slotkin has the support in Southeast Michigan in terms of name ID that I think she probably has it. But it could go Rogers' way. If Trump does good enough straight red voters could sink her ship. You never know.
So it's gonna depend how many straight ticket voters the Republican Party gets in Michigan to help my
That
right.
plays a that plays a big key in that race. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. All right, Troy. So for what you're saying is basically we're gonna win most of the swing states. Ohio and Florida are no issue anymore, right? It's solid red at this point.
At this point, I think Ohio and Florida are solid red. One of the main one of the main elections that I'm focused on right now is Ted Cruz versus all red. I think Ted Cruz wins. I think he's got the name ID, but Texas is a big state and a lot can happen there. But I think Ted Cruz wins too. That's a big one. The little worries me a little bit, but I think he's going to win. I think he's going to pull it off. He's been in close calls before, and I think he's going to do it again.
Now, the Michigan State Legislature, do you think we're gonna get back the House?
That is tricky to say. Obviously, here in Michigan, the Democrats have the spending advantage. Um, it's not easy beating incumbents for one thing, and unfortunately, we let them take control of the state senate and the state house last time. So it's an uphill battle, but I think it can be done. A lot of it depends on the ground game, getting out and door knocking, which I haven't I haven't been out much to see what's going on in the districts in certain areas, so I'm not as up to date on that aspect of this election cycle. But I trust that people are doing what they got to do to win. At least I hope so.
Okay. All right, Troy. Well, thank you. And then, well, I think you give me a good prediction. I thanks for sharing your insights, and it's good to share with the people today. And as we know, I'm a conservative Republican. I want, obviously, Donald Trump to win, and I think he's done a good job when he was president from 2016 to 2020. And he always asks this question that Ronald Reagan used to ask: "Are you right off now than 4 years ago?" And the answer is no. We're not doing
No,
really now. 4 years ago, mortgage rate were 2%, gas prices was under $2. People can sell their houses, and when you put your house for sale, back in the day, you have 5 to 10 offers, and you can get the highest offer, and you make some money. And the people that purchase the house have a 2% interest rate for the loans. Now it's 6.5 if you have good credit. Now you don't get many people putting an offer for a house. Gas prices are high. The prices for basic food like milk, eggs, and all the basic food is very, very high. Inflation is too high. It doesn't matter if your salary got increased, because if increased 2 or 3% COLA, inflation is higher than that. So if you want a real change, I agree with 100% with Troy Coffin. We need to vote for Donald Trump, and we need to get the whole Republican Party if we want a good economy, lower inflation, and secure our borders, and make sure that we have good economy and better jobs, because we don't have that. And in order to do this, we need to vote Republican. Thank you, Troy.
always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Sure.